Hi guys, welcome to our channel Binjobash. I am your host Shravani. We are a channel who reviews books, movies, web series, basically everything that is to be reviewed. We'll review it here and you'll find it here. For today we are reviewing a book called Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. And majority of you would have already known about this book or already finished reading this book also, because it's been a smash hit which was released 3 years back. 3 months back I was binge reading all Indian mythological fiction and Indian authors. When I was purchasing other book, I stumbled across this book and just happened to read the summary of it, and it seemed very intriguing. But guys, I was very skeptical because this was categorized under young adult fiction, and we all know what happens in young adult fiction. Too much teenage drama and the main point of the story pushed into the back burner. I was very skeptical that this would happen the same with this book also, but I kept my doubts aside and purchased this. And let me tell you, this does not disappoint me at all. This is not at all a teenage drama. So let's deep dive into this review and see whether this book was a binge or burst for me. The 3 essential things according to me for any mystery thriller out there is the 3 questions: who, why and how. These are like, who is the murderer or who is the perpetuator who committed the crime, and how did they do it, and what was the motivation, the big why, the most important part of this. Like, why did that happen? Most of the times we have read so many run-of-the-mill whodunit and mystery books where there are so many turns and twists and truths revealed at every twist and turns. But at the end of it, the author is not able to tie up all the things that they have tackled in the start of the book, that the motivation behind the murder or how they have committed the murder seems very lukewarm or rather flat. But this book does not do that mistake. The who, why and how are perfectly written and strung into the story. The who, probably if you are a seasoned reader or you have read or seen lot of mystery thrillers, you would definitely have an inkling as to who is the murderer or who is the perpetuator of the crime very early on. But let me tell you, that's not an off-putting thing at all, because you're still in the dark about why it was committed and how it was committed, whether even a crime took place or not. So these are very intriguing points that the author doesn't reveal until the end. And even when she reveals, she reveals it very slowly and properly to the readers. And let me be honest with you, I am not an English graduate or a storyteller or an author myself. I am just a person who has years and years experience of reading many books and reading rather bad books and then finding out that they were never even good and didn't understand the hype about it. But this book, the story writing and everything is very entertaining and very neatly written so as to keep the viewers engaged. This story, and we have seen many books where authors actually spend at least a chapter or 2 in building the world and characters, and especially for a book as this, which is set in a small town and with the mystery that has taken place in a small town, they usually spend the first chapter or second chapter in building the world, building the characters in the town and their characteristics. But let me tell you, this book directly jumps to the point. The very first line, very first scene in the book is the main character Pippa going to the accused character's brother and then asking for his help in unraveling this mystery. Now, little background story for people coming into the video. The main character is a teenager studying in the last year of high school called Pippa. She is doing an extra project for a credit to get into good universities, and she has chosen this project for her because mystery always intrigued her and she wanted to prove whether the accused person was actually the one who did it or not. And when the story concludes and everything Pippa has collected in her logs comes to fruition and she finally stumbles across the crime and the perpetuator and the person who was instigator of all these things, is a very satisfying end. About how everything is revealed in the ending, nothing is too shocking, nothing is too boring, but you would have seen it coming if you had followed the book properly. And in the end, when Pippa actually uncovers who is the actual killer, and how they committed and what was the reason that they have committed the crime, it's very satisfying to read, because there is no unnatural truth that was thrown in to give a shock value to the audience just for the talking point and USP. But it was very neatly done and very nicely justified. By the end of the book, Pippa had uncovered so many secrets about other people that it seemed like there were so many loose ends untied, because they have just finished the book after she found the killer of the murder that was related to this book. But after that, when I had googled and found out that there were 2 more books in this series, I immediately went and ordered them, guys. And I am already in the 100th page of the second book, and let me tell you, all the secrets that she has uncovered in the first book, which were not utilized, are all thrown into her face during a live crime that she's about to solve there. So I won't spoil much about the second book yet, because I have also not finished. So for now, let's just talk about the pros and cons of this book. Okay, even though this book has impressed me a lot, there was still a little drawbacks here and there, where the author has taken creative liberty to put some clues in Pippa's way, or put some people in Pippa's way, that it just seems unnatural sometimes, that it comes too easily for her. Everybody she cold calls, everybody she mails, and everybody she encounters seems to be willing and very happy to help her with the secrets which otherwise they wouldn't share with anybody. There are very personal things that people share with her, whom they don't know or only have heard of her, but they share all the deep secrets that they are holding in just in the first meeting, which seems a little unnatural and easy, because that seldom happens in real life. We are not looking for a book that talks about real life, are we? We are just for the entertainment and the good hookup of whodunit, and this book achieves that perfectly. So this book for me is a binge, and it will just definitely stay in my binge list. Thank you guys, and I look forward to doing another video where I'm reviewing the second book in this series called Good Girl Bad Blend.